Hi, Father Dave here. I'm standing outside of Grace Episcopal Church in San Marcos. And I'm standing outside the church because I want to talk to you about some rules. There are a lot of rules in society. I recently got my California driver's license. There are a lot of rules to drive in California. I had no idea. But those rules are designed to keep us safe, to keep traffic flowing, and really, just to keep us orderly. But I'm wondering if all the rules in society are that important, or are there some rules that it's time to get rid of? Well, let me talk to you more about that inside the church. Come on in. You know, the early Christians didn't have churches to meet in. They would have to meet in tents. They'd have to meet in the cover of night. It wasn't safe for them to gather. But then it seems like almost overnight, the church suddenly was tolerated and we started building beautiful buildings. What comes with buildings, though, are also rules. But let me start in the beginning. And that means we need to go up here. It's okay, come on up. You see, there's this man named Jesus, and he was from a place called Nazareth. And he started this amazing earthly ministry that continues to bring people close to God. He started his ministry by being baptized in the Jordan. It was a ritual purification. It was a ritual washing. It was a way of getting in the river and having those things inside that can't be cleaned to be cleaned and left in the river. And after Jesus was baptized, he then told his followers, to go and do likewise. To go and baptize in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. And for 2,000 years we've been keeping that tradition alive, of having this ritual washing, of washing away all the stuff inside that water on the outside can't. So here we have a baptismal font. It's very old, but it's not owned simply by the Episcopal Church. We didn't invent this thing. This baptismal font are for all those people who have not yet been baptized. That was the beginning of Jesus' ministry, and at the end of his ministry happened over here. He gathered all his friends together for a Passover meal, and it was his last meal that he had on earth. He invited his disciples and friends, and everyone gathered around the table to share in a meal. So many people gathered that he actually had the person who was going to betray him. Even he was welcome around the table for this great Passover meal. We now call communion because we use bread and we use wine. And we remember what Jesus told us about when you get together, when you're sad or when you're lonely, when you miss Jesus, when you want God in your presence, you come together around this table and you break bread. Just like Jesus' body was broken to share with us, we break the bread and share it with our friends. And likewise, he took a cup of wine. And he told us that this is the new covenant drawn in love. And then he gave us these rules. Rule number 1, love God. Rule number 2, love your neighbor as yourself. That's it. He gave us some commandments like go and baptize. He gave us commandments of whenever you drink it, do this in remembrance of me, and we do that. But we have this wonderful way of going through the waters of baptism, being washed, and then received in this beautiful meal. Some of you have shared with me, however, that there are some rules that you've heard about around the baptismal font and around the table that Jesus prepared. Some of you have found that people couldn't be baptized unless their parents were married in the church. I don't remember hearing those rules in the New Testament. I don't remember Jesus telling us those rules when he said, go and baptize. He didn't ask about our parents. He simply asked about us and thought about those people who had not yet been baptized. And likewise, with our table, this isn't the Episcopal Church's table. This isn't the table for Christians. This is God's table. And at God's table, everyone is welcome. And God's table is where Jesus' body was broken open to share with all of us, and where we can find that love if you're looking for God's love, if you're tired of the rules, you are invited at the Episcopal Church. May the peace of the Lord be always with you.